Hello to all my beautiful viewers out there. Today I'm going to be covering the collaborations with Antisocial Social Club that dropped in their Still Stressed collection on Saturday, July 6th. So yeah, if you guys didn't know, the Still Stressed collection actually did drop on Saturday and it was absolute mayhem. What was even crazier was on July 6th, on the day that the collection was going to be dropped, on Antisocial Social Club's Instagram, they released 3 images of 3 different type of collabs that were all going to be released in the collection that was only coming out in a couple hours. So I don't know. It kind of annoyed me because I felt that they had this collection, they had the Still Stressed collection that was going to be dropped, and then I did the video for the lookbook. I did the video for the images that dropped a little bit later, and then on the day of release, they released more stuff and more collabs, and I just didn't have the time. I didn't have the time to cover it all, and I'm sorry that I didn't have the time to cover it all. I had to do the video about Golf Le Fleur, because Golf Le Fleur was releasing a collection on that same day. That video took for ages, because it's like super long. Definitely check it out if you didn't see it, but yeah, no, so Antisocial Social Club dropped all this stuff on the day that the actual collection was going to come out. I felt like it was kind of like they were just throwing in more stuff that was going to sell out. I felt like they should have like waited and done like another drop, like maybe a week later or a couple weeks down the line. But the collaborations that I want to talk about, the ones that are really exciting and actually really interesting that I wish I managed to cop, but I was still focused on the actual Still Stress collection instead. I should have probably focused on the collabs a little bit more. Is Antisocial Social Club for their Still Stress collection collaborated with Honda, yes, Honda, the car brand, Undefeated, the Japanese clothing brand, and I don't think this brand needs any introduction, but they also collaborated with Playboy again. So yeah, in today's video, I'm just going to cover the collaborations that came out in the collection, which unfortunately means they're already released, guys. So if we want to buy them, we're going to have to pay the resale price. I know, it's horrible. Just a quick note on that. On the resale price of Antisocial Social Club, it's gone down in recent years. It used to be super high for Antisocial Social Club. It used to be really hyped. Not a lot of people are getting around Antisocial Social Club these days. So the resale for a lot of the pieces, if they're not popular pieces, they're only like $5-10 more than the actual retail price. And in all honesty, paying the $5-10 from a reseller, like a reselling store, you're probably going to get it shipped quicker to you than actually shipped from Antisocial Social Club. Like, I know that that's like super sad to say because Antisocial Social Club has probably the worst track record for shipping, and there's like full reasoning behind that, and maybe in another video I'll explain it. But yeah, back to the actual collaborations that they're dropping, that they dropped in the recent collection that I want to cover. We'll start off talking about the Honda Antisocial Social Club, because initially when you hear about it, car brand and a clothing brand collaborating together, sounds kind of wacky, but I'm going to dive into it, and it's actually pretty cool. I would actually pick up a lot of the pieces that they dropped. So, the Honda collaboration with Antisocial Social Club. It dropped in the Still Stress collection on Saturday. It contained 1 bomber jacket, 2 hoodies, and 2 shirts. What are my thoughts on all the pieces? The bomber jacket is probably my favorite. I know that someone in the comment section of the recent Antisocial Social Club video commented about it, and I had a little look into it after that comment, and honestly, the bomber jacket is sick. It is actually really nice. All black bomber, Antisocial Social Club logo on the back with the Honda logo on the bottom of the jacket. It looks like the Honda logo was put first and then the Antisocial Social Club logo was slapped over the top of it. It's really nice. It's really simple. It's really clean. It's not too crazy. Anyone could wear this. I would actually pick this up. I'm going to look at the resale on this bomber jacket, and if it's not too bad, like if it's like $5-10 more than the retail price of it, I might pick it up. They did varsity jackets a while ago, Antisocial Social Club, and they were really nice. They looked really nice, and because, as I said, the resale of Antisocial Social Club is like down at the moment, I might actually consider picking up a couple of jackets by Antisocial Social Club because they're simple, they're clean. It is kind of a hype beast brand, so buying it, you do have that stigma surrounding that if you do buy it and wear it, but I don't know, I'm not hugely impacted by that. I think it's just kind of nice. So yeah, the bomber jacket's a plus. Really good item there, I reckon. The hoodies, you've got a pink one with what looks like a really old-timey photo. I don't really know the context behind the image. I assume the image is like the first Honda factory or something like that. It's also really hard to see what the image is from the Instagram photos that Antisocial Social Club released. Which one do I prefer out of the pink hoodie and the black hoodie? It's kind of simple. It's kind of easy question to answer. I honestly prefer the black hoodie. I think the black hoodie is a lot nicer. But yeah, no. The designs on both the black and the pink, are really nice. They're exactly the same. It's just a color swap. I'd go for the black. I really like the logo on it. It's really nice, really simple. The only problem is that whenever Antisocial Social Club collaborates with like any brand, it doesn't matter what brand, whenever they collab with another brand, the retail price of the hoodie goes up by like another $20-$30. So I think from memory, the Antisocial Social Club hoodies just by themselves, no brand collaborations, are like $70. So collaboration hoodies are usually like $90 to $100. I can't remember the exact price. I just know that they're a little bit more. So if you're looking to pick up one of the hoodies, it's going to be a little bit more. What would be a really nice kit, kind of a little bit too hype beasty, but also really nice, would be the bomber jacket with the hoodie, because the hoodie has the artwork on the front, and then you can wear the bomber jacket over the top and have the bomber jacket's artwork that's on the back, and then you got the artwork on the front, artwork on the back. I know it's very, very hype beast like, but I like it. I think it could be really, really nice. Yeah, that's all I really got to say about the hoodies. Definitely bump the hoodies though. And of course, last but not least, we have the shirts. The shirts just consist of a Honda engine on the front with both brand logos up on the breast up here, and then we've got the brand logos on the back. Kind of simple. I'm not really a huge fan of Antisocial Social Club shirts. They're kind of just overpriced, and they're not. With a shirt, for me, I'd rather an art piece on the front of a shirt. I wouldn't really just like a brand logo. I think jackets and hoodies are mainly for brand logos and art pieces, but shirts are exclusively art pieces. If you kind of get where I'm coming from, I'd much rather just like a really nice, well done image on my shirt than just a brand logo. Feels like I'm less of like a walking billboard and more of just, actually wearing nice pieces of clothing. But the engine on it's cool. It's referencing obviously Honda a lot. It's a nice shirt. I wouldn't pick it up, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, guys. Would you pick up the Honda shirts? They're kind of just a miss for me, honestly. But again, it's cool that Honda and this brand are collabing. I would like to see Antisocial Social Club like collaborate with more obscure brands like Honda and stuff like that. Like stuff that you wouldn't see in streetwear. And Honda's an interesting choice, and I actually really like it. So I'm disappointed I missed out on it, but the resale is low for this stuff at the moment, so maybe I'll pick it up in the coming days, guys. But let me know, did you guys pick it up when the collection dropped? Were you lucky enough? Because when I was going through it, I just went straight for the hoodies that I wanted and then bounced. Like, yeah, I missed out on this stuff, but let me know, guys. Did you cop it? In the comment section below. Let me know. Okay, then up next for the second collaboration that we've got in this drop, we've got Undefeated collaborating with Antisocial Social Club. If you don't know what Undefeated is, it's a Japanese streetwear brand that's slowly expanding its Western audience. It's kind of been really centered in Japan for the past couple of years, and it's only now like coming out of its shell to the world. Very much like Japan itself, really. Yeah, so they released 2 hoodies. I'll just go through it very quickly. Yep, 2 hoodies, a cap, and 2 pairs of socks. Okay, so my thoughts on the hoodies. They're a bit of a hit and a miss for me. The brown, I don't know, is it brown? Is it green? It looks kind of greeny. We'll go with greeny brown. We'll put it together. Greeny brown with pink font on it. I don't like the Undefeated Club text on the front. That's a miss for me. I do like the Undefeated logo on the hood back here. I think it's on the left side. It's got the Undefeated logo on the hood. I don't know if you guys can see it from the image, but I spotted it. It's just here. It's kind of cool. It's got Antisocial Social Club written on the back. Honestly, though, I think the hoodies are a little bit underwhelming compared to the previous Undefeated hoodies that have released. And I've got mine just here. So I'll show you my Undefeated hoodie, my Undefeated Antisocial Social Club hoodie that I got for resale. Again, I bought it because it was cheaper at the time, but I don't know how expensive they are these days. So the one that I've got is Antisocial Social Club written on the back, and then on the front I've got the Undefeated logo. Isn't that Undefeated logo so much nicer than the bloody Undefeated Club that we got on these new hoodies. I mean, that's just my opinion. You guys might think differently. You might think that Undefeated Club on the front is better. I personally like mine with the logo on it. I think it looks nicer. I actually quite like the Undefeated logo. It's very simple, but stylized with like this camo. It's nice. It's nice, and people that know that what Undefeated is will be like, oh, sick, Undefeated. I'm glad that someone else knows about it. So the hoodies, to sum it up, kind of a miss for me. I wasn't hugely defeated when I missed the Undefeated hoodies. Like, it wasn't a huge thing for me. Thing that I was kind of sad that I missed out on, though, was the caps. I actually like Undefeated Club on the cap. I know that's kind of going back on what I said. I didn't like Undefeated on the hoodies, but Undefeated Club on the cap is nice. I actually quite like this. It's got the Antisocial Social Club in black on the side, so you can't really see it. I like that touch. I like that they're not really throwing in all these brand logos onto this cap to make it look like some kind of, I don't know, Jeff Hamilton inspired hat, if you get what I mean, if you know what Jeff Hamilton's designs are like. And same, they've got an Undefeated logo on the other side as well, but it's in black, so you can barely see it. The thing that really draws your attention to the cap is the pink Undefeated Club text on the front, which is nice. And I would have preferred the Undefeated Club to be in white, but I can understand it being pink because Antisocial Social Club loves its black and pink color combinations, so I totally get that. That's totally fine. Moving on to the socks, though. We'll go back to the cap really quickly. I like it. I'm sad I missed out on it. It's very well designed. I actually quite like it, but I missed out. Oh well. Moving on to the socks now. These are kind of gross. I like it that the socks are primarily black or white. As I discussed in the Golf Le Fleur video, socks for me have to be either black or white. I can't do like vibrant looking like Gucci socks or Chanel socks. Like I just can't. It's just, they're too much. It's too much. Just white or black socks. What is interesting about this is all the logos that have been slapped on the socks everywhere. They're kind of cool, but I can't see myself wearing these socks because I know I talked about like this hypebeast stigma not really phasing me too much, but this just screams hypebeast, and it's just kind of gross. Like, I know that this whole brand is centered around hypebeast and that whole, you know, part of the culture, but these socks are just like, it's too much, man. They're not horribly designed. It's just that it's too gross for me from the culture standpoint. So I'd miss out on these socks on purpose because that's not a huge thing for me. If you're really into having that whole look though, with like being branded everywhere, go for your life. These socks are perfect for you. But let me know if you pick them up in the actual drop. If you pick them up in the drop, let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, the socks are kind of a miss from me, honestly. The whole Undefeated Antisocial Social Club collab this time around was kind of a miss for me. It was kind of disappointing. I prefer their older stuff, as I said. This stuff's a lot nicer. And again, maybe that's why I'm not hugely bummed out about missing the Undefeated collab this time around, because I've already got some. But yeah, most of it's a miss for me, but I wouldn't mind the cap. The cap is actually quite nice. I don't wear enough caps these days, probably because it's winter and it's freezing cold. But yeah, no, it's not too bad. But we'll move on to the final collaboration, which is the one I was most disappointed on myself for missing out on, because I really want one. It's the Playboy collaboration with Antisocial Social Club. I know what you're thinking. Playboy? That's a bit scandalous. But in all fairness, they've done it before. Yeah, if you didn't know, Playboy has collaborated with Antisocial Social Club before. It's not the first time at this rodeo. They have done it before. The reasoning behind why Antisocial Social Club collaborates with Playboy, it's because the actual owner of Antisocial Social Club is known for liking that kind of stuff, if you know what I mean. If you get what I mean. He's into that kind of thing. That's why you might see some like lewd, graphics on some of his shirts and stuff when he does a couple collections. Don't be surprised if you see some very sexually orientated, explicit, prints and stuff on some of the shirts and stuff. But don't be surprised by that. That's very much the nature of the owner. I know that's kind of gross to talk about, but it's a reality. So we'll dive into the Playboy collaboration with Antisocial Club by talking about the hoodie, which I'm a little bit bitter that I missed out on. I know. I mean, I might just pick it up for resale. It isn't too much, but And judging by the comments on the actual Instagram post, some people are like very bitter about this. Like, yeah, some people were just saying that they're dropping too much this collection. I know that this first comment is saying that. I'm in agreement. I think they dropped a little bit too much for this collection. They could have stretched it out. And then, honestly, they might have been able to sell more. I mean, obviously, they sold heaps in this collection when it dropped, and it all sold out. But I reckon they could have sold more if they gave it a little bit of breathing space between the Still Stressed collection and these 3 collaborations. They shouldn't have all dropped at the same time. It made it a bit of a mess, honestly. Going back to the actual Playboy Antisocial Social Club hoodies, though, I really like this black hoodie. I'm really jealous I missed out on this black hoodie. It would have been awesome to add to the collection, like having an undefeated one, just going to rub it in a little bit more. Having this undefeated one and having this Playboy one would have been sick. I would have absolutely loved to have both. Seriously. It's got Playboy written down the arms with the iconic bunny. On the other arm, it's hard to tell what's said on the other arm. Oh, it's just Playboy. So it's Playboy down each arm. I thought it might have been Playboy Antisocial Club, but it's both Playboy. On the back, we've got the Antisocial Social Club, not written in filled-in text. It's actually just the outlines of the text. Then we've got Playboy's logo slapped on the top of it. Big old on the back of it. So the Playboy logo really stands out, and I really like that. I think that's really sleazy, really sick. I actually quite like this. I know the goddamn hype beast in me is just coming out right now, but I really like the Playboy collaborations. I think they're funny. I think it's a lot of fun wearing stuff like this and then walking around in public and seeing the reactions of like older generations, because they give you some looks, man. They look at you like, what's this kid doing, man? Wearing Playboy merch? Like, what's wrong with him? I love it. I think it's a good laugh, and also I just like how it's designed. I think it's very cheeky, very nice. So they did a black hoodie, and then they did a grey one. Which do I prefer? I like the vibrant colours on the black. So the black is a really nice just canvas, and then they've just chucked pink and more Playboy and some little bit more pink Playboy. It looks nice. I actually kind of like that. The grey one's kind of a disappointment because you got this grey canvas and then you've got a little bit of black and a little bit of pink, and that's about it. Like, the colours don't stand out as much on the grey canvas than they do on the black. So I prefer the black hoodie because it stands out more. It's more of a statement piece. So yeah, if I had to pick out of between the grey or the black hoodie, I'm going the black because the pink just looks really nice on the top of it. I didn't think I would be a fan of pink on top of black hoodies, but ever since I got this undefeated one, guys, I'm all on board. Like, I'm totally fine with that. It makes it look really vibrant, like stands out. It's really in your face. It's just really nice, seriously. Moving on from the hoodies, they've got shirts. I think it's just 2 shirts. Again, same color combination. It's either black shirt or gray shirt. I'm kind of confused on why they chose a grey shirt. I thought a white one... I'm just confused on why they chose grey for the hoodies and shirts. I honestly thought white would work better, but up to the brands. It's not up to me. Whatever. The shirts, though, again, as I said before about Antisocial Social Club shirts, I'm not a huge shirt guy, especially when it's just like brands thrown over the top of them. I would have liked maybe just like a toned down shirt with just the Playboy bunny on the back, then maybe on the breast pocket just, Antisocial Social Club and Playboy, a little bit more toned down. That I like. If I want flashy, in your face pieces, that's where hoodies and jackets come in. Shirts, I like shirts quite simplistic, quite basic, and I feel like this is just a bit too much for me. It's just a bit too much. And I don't like the grey shirt at all. I'm sorry. The grey hoodie and the grey shirt, it's just a miss. Like, I don't care that I missed out on that. I'm just kind of a little bit annoyed that I missed out on the black hoodie. And last but not least, they did one accessory with Playboy, and I think it's a scarf. It's either a handkerchief or a scarf, and I really want it to be a scarf because I think a scarf, an Antisocial Social Club Playboy scarf, would be the dream. It would be so good. I'd wear that with the hoodie. Ugh, sick, boys. That would be awesome. But if it's a handkerchief, that's a miss for me. I don't want no disgusting handkerchief, bro. That's gross. That's filthy. But if it's a scarf, I might pay resale for it. I might look at it, Who knows? But we'll have to look into it. It's all dropped now, so it'll all be up on all the reselling stores in like 1 or 2 days. Seriously, I mean, maybe it's even up now. And honestly, it could be up now. I might as well just go have a little look on the internet, see what they're selling for. But yeah, no, the collaborations that I'm most annoyed that I missed out on is probably the Honda and Playboy one. I don't really care. As I said, I don't really care too much about the Undefeated one. It was kind of a miss for me anyway. But the Playboy and Honda one, I might actually come back a little bit later, maybe a week or two from now, and probably pick up some of the pieces for resale. If the resale is reasonable, sometimes because it's Playboy, because it's Honda, some people like to slap on an extra couple 20-30 bucks, and I'm just like, nah, man, it's really not worth that. Like, I'm only gonna pay the resale if I think it's valid for the collaboration, honestly. But again, guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Did you guys manage to pick up any of these collabs when they dropped on Saturday? I wasn't too focused on them. I'm probably just going to pay resale at some point and maybe pick 1 or 2 of them up. But let me know in the comments, guys. Which ones were you really keen for? Which collab pieces did you really want? You know my opinions now. You know my thoughts. Which ones I wanted, which ones I didn't want. And did you think Antisocial Club dropped too much this collection? I think they dropped a little bit too much. I agree with the first comment on the Playboy one. There's just too much stuff. There was too much. I didn't have enough money for all this. If you did it over a couple of weeks, I might have had a bit more money. I might have been able to buy a bit more. But yeah, this is a bit too much for me. Let me know, guys, in the comment section below. Did they drop too much? Let's talk about it. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions. Thank you all for tuning in. I know this was kind of a spontaneous video, kind of random. It was kind of out of nowhere, but again, I was really bummed out that I wasn't able to cover it on the day of release. So I thought, 2 days after the release, I thought I'd cover it, thought I'd get it out of the way. These are the collaborations that dropped in the Antisocial Social Club Still Stressed collection. I'm going to pick some of it up a bit later. Let me know if you guys are too in the comment section. I'll make some more videos probably about Antisocial Club in the next coming days or weeks. Until then, guys, I'll catch you later.